I ran over a dog this evening, and I wanted to be honorable. I wanted to be compassionate, but I ran over a dog this evening. I could feel it. And here, there is nothing I could do but go through motions. But I stopped. I couldn't have gotten there in time to not. Let the dog be not alone. But what's interesting to me is the nuance. I knew there's nothing. And I know my imagination has no regard for my sanity. It just runs away arm in arm with my empathy. Although I have built up subconscious defenses against how powerful it is. But still, I was on the side of the road, trying not to have a panic attack, trying not to actually be in the experience of the dog, while the neighbor of the owner was shouting at the house of the owner. Your dog got ran over. I've been telling you all day to get your dog inside. Granted, this is not a good street for a dog to be outside near, but don't yell at her. And some of her friends came from across the street. I didn't even I stayed on the side of the street. And when I look back on it, it was just a thought to distract myself, like before, when I was getting out of my car, when I was stopping. I thought, sure, I could call somebody, right? There's no vet that has ambulances that if there is, tell me. I'd be interested to know. And I think one of the friends of the lady had a similar thought. Surely there's someone you could call. Of course, I don't think that the dog was still alive by the time even I arrived. But still, I was sat on the side of the road while one of the friends kept asking somebody with a working phone, call somebody. I searched. Of course, I don't know how I looked on the side of the road. When I'm trying to not freak out, I'm sure that I had just blank. I don't know how I appeared looking blankly at my phone, but I was looking up vets, emergency care vets, and thinking about what in the dog is broken. Surely you can't move the dog, even if it's paralyzed, whatever. It's interesting to not only know something is futile, but to experience all of the threads of how. And two of, the guy was still shouting, and two of the friends that were in the middle of the road with the dog uh, branched off because he was being very angry at the owner loudly. And two of the friends broke off. One of them said something like, I don't live there, but do you want to start something? And the shouty man went back to his house. He kept repeating himself the entire time. Like, I kept telling them to bring the dog inside. Keep the dog inside. Stupid. The fuck? Oh, right. The two friends broke off to threaten him, and he said, something, something, I'm calling the police. They said, yeah, you call the police. And, the police did arrive. I was still standing in the same place. Oh, wait, first, like three of the friends gathered up the dog. One had already called it. The dog is gone. There's nothing we can do. So three of the friends, says surely compassion, gathered the dog up, which I had imagined meant giving up on saving. I mean, that was obvious that that couldn't be done anyway, but for them, it seemed compassionate and brave. They gathered the dog up and brought them to the house. And then the police arrived. And I spoke out to the officer. They arrived rather quickly. There were two cars. I imagine it was because of what I later learned was the man who called the police made it sound like someone had shot the dog. But I did my best to explain. Just driving down the patch of road, dark patch, and there was just dog. And then shouty man. And then oh hi. When she tried to verify details, like, so you ran over it and then he shot it? No, nobody shot anybody. So she asked me to stand there while they went over to the house. And many minutes later came back to say, it's not my fault. Which I've heard a lot this evening. Like, framed that way, I know. That doesn't really matter the way that I was thinking. Look, I appreciate it. Thank you for trying to comfort me. I'm alright. Just processing. Hoping maybe something valuable can be gleaned from the experience. Well, just wanted to capture it while it was fresh and less abstract.